Hey, my name is Danielle Brown Davis, and I have a course entitled How to Launch a High-Ticket Social Media Management Business. And I have been providing social media management and copywriting services and also content writing services for web developers, SEO consultants, and also, what else is there? So many digital marketers. And until recently, I've been providing social media management services and coaching services to coaches. Launching your own high-ticket agency is perfect if your goal is to stay at home and get paid well. For years and years and years, I used to charge $500 per client, $800 per client, even $200 and $100 per client for years. And although I was able to stay at home, I was kind of like a slave to my laptop. I hated it. And my goal was always to increase my rates so that I can travel and do the things that I love. There's other things I love to do too. I love real estate. I love writing. So this allows me to do that. Launching an agency, the good thing about it is that you don't even have to have experience. There's a way that I train people to find experts within the industry who do social media management, how to find them, and how to kind of like not train them, but how to add them to your team so that they can do the work for you, but no money coming out of your pocket while you're doing this. The client pays you, and then you pay your team, your small team, to do the work for you. And therefore you get repeat clients, monthly clients. And I love this. I wish I had this opportunity 16 years ago when I started, because as you know, 2005, social media was like super new. So I had to do content writing, copywriting on the side. Self-taught until 2011 when I started to get more training on how to write copy, things of that nature. But the cool thing about launching, what I teach, launching a high-ticket agency, is that you could be new. You don't even have to be an expert, and you can launch. And I forgot to mention, my course is 6 weeks long, and I give a live weekly training inside of my Facebook group on Wednesdays. And if you can't make Wednesdays, I actually have replays that you can download and go at your own pace. What's better than that? So anyway, if you're interested in finding out more details on my course, How to Launch a High-Ticket Social Media Management Business, just reach out to me in Messenger and I'll give you further details on how to get started. But the one thing that I love the most about owning your own agency is that I don't have to worry about a schedule. I used to work, I don't know if you see my previous videos, but I used to work at a local car dealership. And I provided social media management services for that dealership and marketing services. And I was a car salesperson. So I also, forgot to mention, I also ran my social media business on the side. So I was always kind of stressed out. I couldn't figure out why is it that I was getting paid peanuts for the work that I did when I would do so much work. And customers would come in. I would sell vehicles for like $25,000, $45,000, but I kept getting paid peanuts. And I was saying to myself, you know what? I can't wait to go back to managing my business full time. Then the pandemic happened. I got laid off, which was the best thing that ever happened to me. And my goal during that time I had off was to raise my rates so I can go from $300 per client and $500 per client and $800 per client per month to $1,500 per month and even $10,000. I got a $10,000 client this past December. And it was the best thing because I didn't have to go back to that dead-end job and get paid peanuts, but making that company rich. But anyway, to make a super story long short, I have this course available inside of my private Facebook group, and I will love to have you to come in. And one of the best things that I love is people who have taken the course previously, who is successful. I love going onto my timeline and hearing success stories. I love seeing when my students launch their own agencies and they have their Facebook page up and they have the photo. This one particular lady, she has a photo with her name is Allison, and she had a photo with her children. And I remember when I had spoke to her during one of our trainings, and she was so nervous. She didn't know if it was going to work because she never did anything like this before. She used to be a dental hygienist, and she said all she wanted to do is stay home, to be able to stay home with her children and get paid well doing that. And I love when she had posted and all her friends, and they were all like, oh, congratulations, Allison. I went onto her Facebook page and she had her logo, she had everything set up, and she had the photo with her children, and she is living her dream. She's able to stay home with her children, getting paid well from clients monthly that she loves. And to top it off, being that she was a dental hygienist, her clients that she reaches out to, her niche is health, and which is so perfect because she can use she's using her expertise in the health industry to reach out to clients. And last but not least, back in 2000, between 2008 and 2011, remember, I don't know if you remember, but remember that recession that we had and the real estate bubble, people were losing their jobs. At that time, I was not even the best writer out there. I did social media, knew nothing about it. A web developer trained me, and he said, Danielle, all I need, looking at the time because I don't want to go over, all I need are some Facebook posts. And I was like saying to myself, what is he talking about? Because I didn't know anything about social media at that time. And I was writing articles. And I remember going to the nearest deli to get a bagel, and on the headlines, because at that time I lived on Long Island in New York, and on the headlines it was Newsday, and it said like crash, like the bubble, the real estate bubble had crashed, and people, I'm not laughing at the crash, but I'm just laughing at excitement because at that time I did not want to work for somebody else, and I was getting paid peanuts. I was paying myself peanuts at that time, $10 per article. And the funny thing is, as I was reading the headlines a few minutes later, I got a call from a client who needed weekly blog posts. And I went to the nearest park at that time. It was Heckscher Park, I think it was. And I made the phone call. And I remember looking over the view. There was like a little lake. And the client, he was a web developer. And he said, oh, Danielle, I need several $10 articles. How many do you think you can do? And at that time, he sent the payment half up front, because at that time I charged half up front and the second half upon completion. At that time, I was saying to myself, people are getting laid off from their jobs, executive jobs in the area. I lived close to Route 110, and there was kind of like they call it the hub. And it's like tons of businesses, and everybody's kind of like nervous that they were going to lose their jobs. I was getting work, even though I was charging peanuts, $10 per article. I was able to help my husband. We were able to pay our rent. I was able to get groceries. At that time, I didn't have a daughter. And I was able to do so. And even today, I hear tech companies closing, and I have my monthly clients that I've been with. This one particular client named Doug, I've been with him since 2013. And every month, like clockwork, he has tons of work and his business is growing. So I said all of that to say that the social media management and even copywriting industries are hot right now because there are so many businesses out there that need good content, whether it's on their Facebook, LinkedIn. They need the content to grow their business. If they don't have the content, they'll get lost in the sauce and they won't get clients. They won't make sales. So they need people to help them to create this type of copy. But anyway, even better, the cherry on top is that you can have clients that pay you well. There are coaches out there, high ticket coaches that are selling their products, like my client, selling their products for like $15,000. Their coaching products, that is, their live coaching, $15,000 and even $30,000, so they can afford to pay you $1,500 a month, $2,000 a month or more. Oh my goodness, So if they had this back then, I would have been so excited. I wouldn't have to be a slave to my laptop. But anyway, to learn more details about how to launch a high ticket agency, just reach out to me and I'll send you information on how to get started, the cost and everything. And another thing, last but not least, everybody's talking about the inflation and how many people, especially in my area in Pennsylvania, a lot of people are talking about, I live in northeastern mountains, and everybody's talking about, wow, at all these prices and the groceries and the gas prices they're raising, it keeps getting higher, but my income keeps staying the same and they're not getting raises. It's kind of like they have to get a second job just to cover the cost, the added cost and inflation and gas prices. Me? I am not a second job type of person, especially where I live in Pennsylvania. There's a lot of factory jobs. I am not a factory person, and it would not work out for me. In the past, I tried it. It did not work out for me. But being a social media manager, having my own hours, that's what I love. And having people to help me to create the copy and to send it out to the client is superb. And then they pay you, especially when you work with your ideal clients that pay you right away. I love it because I have time for my family. I don't have to be stressed out over this economy. I can enjoy what I do. If I need to make more money, I just need to add more clients. And when you work with high ticket clients, you don't have to work with so many clients. You can start off with 1 to 2 clients who are paying you $1,500 or even $2,000 per month. And you can go from there. That's all I have to say right now. I promise. There's nothing else. But anyway, if you're interested in the course, please reach out to me in Messenger and I will speak to you soon. I hope you have a great rest of your day, depending where you are in the world. Speak to you soon. Bye.